So my first question is like, what inspired you to become an actress, editor, director, everything?
I think what inspired me, I think films really inspired me. I was very much driven by films and watching films in my early years. And I used to see films as like my escapism, and then, to be in the films was something that I really wanted to do from the very beginning because I used to admire actors a lot and I loved them for some reason. And then editing is something that I started with, honestly. Like I loved because films is something that inspires me. Then videos also something that inspires me. And I can't make a film; we can make videos. So I used to make videos with my sisters, and I used to edit that a lot. And then my sister is a photographer, Jyotsna. She told me about Final Cut Pro, and I started editing on that. And I just started editing as a fun, and then later on, gradually, I started editing very professionally, and then I became an editor, and then I also got into acting. So it's been a gradual journey.
Like this year has been great. Like you have started in a film, you have directed, you have edited. Like
Yeah, this
great.
year has been really incredible. Yeah, it's because I've been working for all these 4 years, throughout on this, and now is the time when it's some kind of paying off. The hard work is paying off. So it takes time, but you have to be consistent.
So like, have you gone to film school and what have you studied like during your graduation days?
I haven't gone to any film school, although I wanted to, and I applied to FTII for editing, but I couldn't get it. And I was very intimidated as well with the questions and everything. This was my first time. I was very young. Now I think I can probably crack it. I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I not. I can't. But now I don't have enough time to kind of go to film school and kind of start everything from the scratch. And but it's a good question. Maybe I should consider. But I have not. I have not really gone to any film school, and I started here only with 79 Film Factory, which is based in Vadodara. So I started working here, and I found a friend who's like, "We'll make a film," and this became my film school. Practical film
Dhruv.
school. Dhruv Solanki, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've interviewed him as well.
Oh, you interviewed him.
Yeah, and Dipshika also.
You interviewed Rishika as well.
Yeah, like
Are you
both of
kidding
them.
me right now?
It's all in your head. Like I've
Ah,
seen the film.
oh my god, are you kidding me? Really?
Yeah, yeah, really.
Wow.
And
Okay. So you know
and
everything, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Like I know Joshna as well. Like she has acted,
Yeah.
and Dhruv
Yeah.
and everybody. So, like, what was the parents' reaction when you said you want to become an actress and director? What was their reaction? Have they supported you?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, in the beginning, like, I was doing modeling, and then I wanted to act. It's something that, and I went for an audition for Dhruv, and at the same time, I was also auditioning for other characters and other ads and stuff. So I was doing ads simultaneously in the beginning era of me, and then yeah, I mean, I wanted to express my idea. I mean, even the film idea about It's All in Your Head came from our discussion and my dream of making something about the sisters. Because I really was quite fascinated with the idea of Kardashians, and I wanted to make something of me and my sister's relationship. And I felt like it was equally important and interesting. And thank God Drew agreed upon it and we started making something like that. So always support was always there, and Drew have always believed in my vision, believed in my stories, and believed in me as a director as well, and given me a lot of chances to work on things. So yeah, grateful.
Great. So, what was the audition process of LSD 2? It's a huge film, and the Baka Banerjee is there, great filmmaker.
Yeah, yeah, it's been like crazy. It was a crazy audition time. Like you don't audition for just one. Like once you have to keep on auditioning and auditioning and auditioning and auditioning and auditioning. Like I was so tired, honestly, after a while, because there were so many tests and there were so many auditions, and then I had to go to Mumbai and do another test, and then I have to come back and do another test on Zoom. It was a long process, and even after that, like nothing was locked. Okay, I've done a lot of auditions. Then I was sent for a workshop in Mumbai. There I have to do workshop for 2 months, and then I will know whether I'm selected or not. So it's been a long, taxing process, the entire thing. You know, it was full of uh, rehearsals and workshops and redoings, repetitions.
And your acting coach was Ritesh Sharma.
Yeah, Ritesh Sharma. Yeah, Ritesh
He's a
Sharma.
he's also a great filmmaker.
Yeah, he is. He is indeed.
Bene Chadhariya.
Yeah.
So what was your like workshop like, and how did you like get into the character?
Oh, the workshop was so tough. I mean, it was really, 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 really tough. Honestly, uh, it was triggering. It was like because I have to live in the past throughout to the workshop, and I have to kind of embrace my masculine self, which is what something that I have been running away from. So it was very challenging in that way, you know. And yeah, I'm glad it's over. But I learned a lot of things from the workshop as well. You know, it helped me kind of know my range and understand my capacity as an actor, which I think is a good thing. And I take this is my takeaway from the whole experience of workshop.
And what was experience while shooting? Were you intimidated?
I would not say that I was intimidated because I was not honestly. Uh, and but the good thing was that I never felt pressured and the environment was great. I did not feel nervous, but what helped me uh, was Divakar's compassion and calmness, is what I can say. He was very well composed, and we were communicating about every scene. Uh, we were changing a lot of scenes. The things that we've done in the workshop were not the same in the shoot. A lot of things got changed. But honestly, I really enjoyed the shoot more than workshop. Yeah.
So when you see yourself on the big screen and the performance of yours, like specifically, it has been well received as well. So how does it feel?
In the beginning, I was very nervous. You see, the beginning, I was like, यार क्या करूँ मैं ऐसा कैरेक्टर है मुझे लोग ऐसे ही देखने लग जाएंगे कितनी गंदी लग रही हूँ मैं मेरा बिल्कुल मेकअप नहीं है इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है तो वो बहुत मुश्किल था मैं लोगों को फेस कैसे दिखाऊंगी मेरा एक्स देखेगा तो उसको क्या लगेगा so many things keep on going on but I feel like the response was such that I even forgot how I'm looking on the screen although I think all the actors can believe that we always feel like there's more space for doing better. I feel like I could have done much more because what I've done in the workshop was way way crazier than what I've done in the film. But as an actor, I feel like that. But I think the response is great, and I'm very happy that a lot of people are talking about me in the film, articles and whatnot. It's like going to you write LSD too, and like my name pops up. So that's a good thing that I like very much. I love the attention, and I love the media. And honestly, I was so scared. I'm like, किस तरह के क्या article आने वाले हैं? Because you have to be very mentally prepared, no? कि like पता नहीं कब तो crazy होने वाला है. Comments पता नहीं कैसे आने वाला है. But fortunately, it was not that crazy. Like I got very good comments on my introduction video. There was literally no bad comment or something. Even if there is, it's fine. But and there are also not so many bad articles. Like the choose are like very nice pictures of me. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's something very surprising coming from Indian media. But okay, I'm happy.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So you have also acted and edited. It's all in your head. So what was the experience in there?
The experience in it was fun. I would say we were having fun throughout, but it was also very. You live under the pressure throughout, is what I can say. There's a lot of pressure on you when you're not able to enjoy the trip, but throughout the trip, you have this thinking, what is the next scene going to be? Because we did not have a script, we did not have anything, and that's how we shot the film. I mean, it's all in your head and blah blah blah, which is going to come very soon. So I think that something was very taxing. Um, And I think it really affected my performance to an extent, I feel, personally, because I feel like I could have done a lot better if I didn't have a lot of responsibilities on me. And I feel like I was dealing with a lot of things at the same time, acting in it. Uh, so, yeah. And the most biggest part is that responsibilities are also fine. But I feel like if you have a certain plan, already, if your pre production is very strong, then you're able to conduct everything at once. But if your pre-production is also ongoing with production and then you're also acting in it and there's no place for rehearsal, it was, I would say this was my film school. So already ahead and blah 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 was my film school and something that taught me a lot about everything. And I've learned a lot from these. Definitely proud. Yes, sir.
You have also acted and you have also edited the film. So during editing, like how can you make your scenes like not looking at your face or like not thinking about looking at your face and specifically about your performance? How do you think like that as an actor?
I think if I am acting in something, I feel like I have to edit that. I do have that out there. I have to see every single scene, every single dialogue I need to listen to, and then I need to choose the best one, you know. And I think even if I shoot something or it goes the same way, even if I'm part of anything, editing is something that I want to do to be able to get the best out of that work. And I feel like editing is such a tool which can ruin the film or make gold out of trash. It has an incredible amount of power to entirely change the film. So I prefer to edit my own project. It's just that sometimes I can't afford to because if I'm working on some other project, then I have to manage this and I have to manage that, and then editing takes a lot of time. It's a very lengthy, slow process. So yeah.
How long was the editing process? How many days?
I mean, honestly, like I don't keep a track. There were a few months that it took. I was editing blah 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 the prequel of It's On Your Head as well. Then I started editing this. So I mean, there was this months for months I was working on it. Honestly, simultaneously working on other projects as well. Like not thoroughly just coming and working on the edit, but sometimes I'm editing, sometimes I'm working on something else, sometimes I'm shooting, and then sometimes I'm getting back to editing. So that's what's been happening.
And if somebody wants to watch the film, it's all in your head. Where they can watch it?
Or they can watch it on Gudshow, Gudsho. It's a streaming platform, so if you guys want to watch it, please go and watch it. It's a pay-per-view thing, and it's my first film, and we worked a lot on this. So please go and watch it.
Okay, great, great. So you have directed a film. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
It got premiered at Kasush Film Festival. You
Yes,
have won an
exactly.
award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, what was your experience in this film?
It was amazing. It was so good. I mean, when you're making a film and you have so many doubts in your mind, and then you get a lot of feedbacks. You get thousands of feedbacks coming from this side and this side and this side and this side, and you're just feeling like, क्या है ये बनाया मैंने, So eventually, I think you have to find a way to trust yourself and trust your instinct and go with it, because the more close you are to the project, the more it is going to speak to people. It's very good to listen to people, take feedbacks, take what you like from these points, find a way to incorporate what other people have suggested. At the same time, do not take away something from your film that you feel is important, but the others are saying that it is not important or something like that. So, and also I had a huge doubt in my mind whether people are going to understand the film or not, whether they're going to get the nuances or not, whether the humor is going to come across, whether jokes are going to land or not. I had so many doubts, but when I saw it with the theater, in theater with like 700 people, I really felt relieved because people were cracking, people were just losing it, people were into the film, they were enjoying it, they were laughing, they were reacting. So that was a good uh, reaction. And the best part is that a lot of people came after watching. They came to me and asked me what kind of style I have used, what kind of cinematography style I have used. And I'm a very big fan of Last One Year and the Dogma 95 style movement. and Mumblecore films. So I'm glad people could notice it and talk about it, and they were amazed by it. And yeah, I mean, it's great when you're working on something that not a lot of people know about, but when you show it to people, so many people already know about it, and they observe these minimal details and they come and talk to you about these. That feels special. So yeah.
Great, great. So let's talk about first of all the writing process, like how the idea came for the story.
Huh. The idea, honestly, Dhruv gave me this idea. We were just randomly talking, randomly, and then Dhruv is like, for example, let's say I'm writing a script on your dating life, a dating life of a trans girl in the Vadodara city or something like that. So he just said essay, and for example, he wanted to show me something or he wanted to tell me how it works or something like that. That thing kept in my mind. I'm like, people are interested in something like that. Like I know people would be interested in something like that. But he said, ki, that's such an interesting topic. Like people want to know what is her dating life like. What is Gen Z dating culture is like. And then I started working on the same. And then Kashish had recently launched Q50 grant. And I'm like, I need to apply. So I applied there at the very last minute. I wrote whatever I could and then I sent it to Dhruv and Dhruv created a script out of the everything. And then I pitched the script. Then I made little changes in the script and then I pitched the script and it got selected. And then after I got to work with Alankita Srivastav, she's also a director. So she and I worked on the script for like 2 months. Like we were doing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth constantly. So that is what extended the whole process. I want to make it very early on, but then it got delayed a lot. But I'm glad I could finally make it, and it is out there. But yeah, it was a long process. There were so many things that were kept out, and there were so many things that were incorporated in the film. So it's a process. There were so many drafts that changed.
And you're like Alinkita Srivastav, great filmmaker, Lipstick and Aur Dhokha, great
Yeah.
film. And was she your mentor?
What?
Was she your mentor? Mentor?
Yeah, she was my mentor basically. She was my mentor. So I worked with her online. I used to create a draft every day and then I send it to her and she'll make notes out of it and then we'll have a Zoom call or something and we'll discuss about how to go. So yeah.
Great. And what was your shooting process like? Any difficulties you faced while shooting it? Because as a filmmaker, there are many, like everybody questions you. What is what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah. I mean the thing is ki as a director, writer and actor in a project, like you have to be very strong and know what you have to do, because a lot of things depend on you in a way. You can't be a weak person, you can't give up, you can't show your weakness, because if you start showing your weakness the whole ship sails in a way. But I was also, it's not like I didn't have enough support around me. I was blessed with my sister who was there with me throughout Jyotsna Rajpurohit, who was also shooting the film, and I had my friends and everybody. But shooting was, I mean, everything was great. Everything went smooth according to the time and the schedule that we made. It was just the shooting intimate scenes. Like we have an intimate scene of us, me and this one actor, and we are going to this abandoned place, which is in Vadodara, and we go there and shoot a very intimate scene that goes off. And there was we only rehearsed it once or twice at our home. So to go on that location where people can actually also see you from back behind, maybe they can, maybe they cannot, and we have to do these scenes. You know, we did the recce for it, and then we did these scenes. That was very, very very tough for me, Like although I was keeping my calm at the set. We'll do it. But internally, I was very scared. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to do it.
Because
So things like that were there.
you were also the director. Because if you will say,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm scared, I
yeah,
can't," like,
yeah. That's the thing. Like actor will go to the director and be like, I'm scared. I can't do it. But who do I go to? Do I go to myself and say I can't do it? You know? Yeah, that was tough. But Baki, everything went fun. Like we had a lot of fun.
okay. And how big was the crew, and how many days of shooting was there?
The crew was, I think, we were about me, I think 6 or 7 people were there in the crew, which were basically two were the production assistants, one was uh, costume and associate producer, and then yeah, so about 6 people were there in the crew, 7 or 8, and then cast was depending on cast was usually one guy, but then on some scenes we needed more people for montages and stuff. So one guy would call his friends, and then they came along, and then we shot those scenes. So yeah, that was fun. That was something. Yeah,
So now you have done editing, directing, acting. What do you love the most?
I love acting. Yeah, yeah. I think I really enjoy acting. I also enjoy directing as well. I do hate writing. Writing and editing is something I have a love-hate relationship with, you know, toxic relationship with. But I do love directing very much, and I do love acting very much. Directing can be, you know what, it can be very tough also because in the beginning it seems fun, but then when you're working with actors, you don't know how to communicate to them in such a language that they can understand what you're trying to say. Like आप कितना भी कोशिश कर रहे हो वो नहीं कर पा रहे तो what do you do in such situations is what is challenging, and it's something that I'm still learning and understanding, I think. But it's not something that you can't do. You can always find a way.
Are you currently doing any other projects right now?
I am working on something or the other. I'm working on a short, I'm working on a feature, but this is more like this is going to take little bit of time because these are on a very initial base, incubation period they are in. But we are coming up with a new movie called Blah Blah Blah, which is the prequel of It's All in Your Head, which will be out soon, which was shot 4 years ago, and finally it's coming out. So that has been crazy. So that's gonna come out. I'm so excited. In that also, I am directing in it. I am also co-written with Dhruv, and I have directed some bits of it. So that is exciting. That was supposed to be a web series, but then now it turned into film. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's see what is the response, so to say.
So if you could recommend your favorite films, it's a list. Favorite films and filmmaker list.
Okay, I will say Girl by Lucas Dawn. That movie was really nice. I love Lucas Dawn, and he's following me on Instagram. And I love to show off. Every time I meet anybody, I just mention the same. But I love the shooting style and also the approach to the film very much. It's such a beautiful film. I think it entirely explained my whole life in that film. So I love that very much. I love Lars von Trier, the director. He's a Swedish director. I love him very much. I love his Dog Bill, Dances in the Dark, um, and I love Lena Dunham very much. She's a director writer. She wrote in she should I like these kind of people who are writing and then directing and are also starring in the series. So Lena Dunham was doing the same. She was starring in the show and then she was also writing, and the way she writes everything, and her approach to young people, sex scenes, everything was so realistic, and I really love these people. Also, Aziz Ansari, I love him very much. He's writing, directing, and acting in something that's like crazy. Master of None is very nice. So people like these, yeah, I would say I think I've named pretty many people. But yeah, I mean, do go check out their work and enjoy.
So my last question is, if somebody wants to become an actor or editor or a director, so what advice would you give to them?
I would say like start with something smaller, like even if you want to become an actor, like you can start auditioning. At the same time, do not wait for people to give you a call because you can't be relied on films. Like if I had relied on films, like I don't know, like maybe ये तो अच्छा है कि मेरे को मिल गया LSD, but like मैं ऐसे ही भरोसा नहीं रह सकती ना LSD के, like I need to start doing something on my own. So I would just say, ki start doing something of your own, like make a film with your friend or make it yourself. Do something, make something, write something, and then act upon your dreams. You know, you will really enjoy it, and you find a way to make a film. You find a way to collaborate with people, your friends and stuff. And there were so many student short films which were at Kashish Pride Film Festival, and a lot of other festivals are also welcoming student short films, so you can always apply there. So yeah, I mean, just act upon your dreams, act upon your desires. Don't just talk about it. I've seen so many people who just keep on talking and talking and talking about intellectual conversations about filmmaking and like Alfred Hitchcock and like whatnot they'll be talking about. But then when it comes to act, they are really waiting for so many things. वो देंगे तो करेंगे, वो देंगे तो करेंगे, वो आएगा तो करेंगे, वो होगा तो करेंगे. So you can't be waiting on something else, right? Like you have to find a way to start creating and start hustling. Then only you will be noticed, and you will be noticed for sure. If you're consistent in something, you will be noticed. So start acting upon your dreams. Although it's not like I'm a well accomplished person and such
No,
person who is telling
you
people
have accomplished like.
telling people how to live their life. Also help out till here. So that's need to be clarified. Yeah.
So Bonita, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.